Okay, thank you for joining with me today. Hello, everyone. In today's webinar topic is about managing your business with CLM features. I will be covering a brief background about CLM, current features, and how we use management tools like CLM to assist in the planning and managing a practice or a business. Of course, and I will also be covering our development roadmap and, of course, the live demo after that. Well, after the launch of GovReports in 2011, with the overwhelming support of the bookkeepers community and continuous feedback and suggestions, we had the consultation with the ICB, the Institute of Certified Bookkeepers, to co-design and release CLM or Client Enlargement Manager for bookkeepers to effectively manage their business, staff, clients, and regulatory reporting process in business and or on behalf of their clients. The feedback and the changes we made along the way post the launch, we analyzed and we realized that it would be difficult for us to continue with the concept of a single design to suit everyone. Similar to that of GovReports, we decided to change our development concept and design to enable users to customize and select services they require when they want and automate as much as possible. Some features we have implemented already. In terms of the features here, we're talking about CLM features. We have made some changes, but the majority of the changes are still yet to come. So for now, let me walk you through some of the current features that we have. Like any business, or even on your own personal affair, everyone operates differently, and the more organized we are, the more efficient we become, and of course the high productivity, which then leads to a more rewarding or expected outcome. Management tools such as CLM are there to assist us with the easier visual of the goals we set out, or the plan we set out, overseeing the business from a macro level so we can plan and map the steps of work to be done to achieve and reach the objective goals. Of course, everyone will have different objectives and ways of doing things or run their business. One thing in common is that we all want rewards for what we do in the most efficient way. Regardless of the number of staff you have or the type of services you provide in your business, you can incorporate the operations and management of your business plan into CLM to help you achieve the outcome you desire. So how do we incorporate CLM into your business operations? First, we look at the current business positions to manage and protect the current cash flow more cost effectively by determining the number of clients we have, the services we provide to them, and how often do we provide these services. By that we mean working out what are the work we do for these clients on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly basis. Then create the job template for each of these jobs that you do on a regular basis and apply the appropriate job templates to each of the clients. If we have staff, then we assign the job or the client to the staff member, then add to calendar. Once we have added the jobs to or the repetitive work we do for the clients onto the calendar, it's no surprise. We can see clearly our current business position, the fixed time we have committed to manage our current clients' work, and and add other or spare time for the irregular activities like marketing, social media, ongoing education, or simply just family time. Let me give you an example. Yeah. Let's just say that I'm a brand new sole trader bookkeeper, and I have 5 clients. One client on Xero with monthly IAS, PAYG payment summaries. Then I also have one client on QuickBooks with quarterly BAS, one client on MYOB with taxable payment annual report and monthly IAS, and 2 clients without using any software with quarterly BAS. Which means I have 14 lodgements for the Xero clients, 5 lodgements for QuickBooks clients, 14 lodgements for the MYOB clients, and 10 lodgements for the 2 clients that do not use software. Together, I have, if I was to add this to my CLM calendar, I would have 43 lodgement deadlines that I have to do to maintain the business of these 5 clients. I can create job templates for the common jobs such as the monthly IAS, the quarterly BAS, the PAYG annual summary, the taxable payment annual report for the MYOB clients. Each of these job templates, I can also incorporate the checklist, the tasks I consider relevant for the clients and based on my experience in dealing with them. So that if my business grows and I employ people later on when I have more clients, I can assign the job templates, or I can assign to the users or the employees the client, and they can use the templates in the process for these subsequent clients. It is easy to add to calendar then and to oversee the business or work required for these clients. My Francis have a problem. Is there a technical problem? My screen hasn't changed for a while. Is anyone else, Francis is having a problem? Is everyone else having a problem seeing the screen? Anyone else having a problem? Okay, Francis, you might just, not too sure if it might be the internet. Other people are able to see. Okay, Francis, it seems like it just might be just you. Not too sure, just refresh it, F5, to see if you can see the screen. Okay, just continue on. With the management tool like CLM, it's all about planning really. If you plan your work and you work your plan, depending on your business objective, either you are at the growth phase or trying to spend more time with your family, when you have a plan in place, it's easy to see where and how you should spending more time. Yeah. So CLM has default job templates for all the GovReports generated reporting forms with checklists that you can use. However, you can set up your own custom job templates with checklists and add as many tasks, associated tasks to suit your requirements. And of course, other non-regulated reporting jobs, for example, the marketing or the it might be the marketing, it might be account payable and receivable. So you can create, in terms of if it's non-GovReports related activities, you can create templates for those jobs and add to CLM as your own custom template, and you can reuse it in for subsequent, for your each time that you need it. Features and services in CLM application are there to give you access and better ways of managing the business, including ABN lookup, reminder, calendar, time and billing, and of course, the seamlessly integrated features into GovReports, which basically update when you make the lodgements coming through, or you can work along with your reporting, with the GovReports. As mentioned before, we are currently working on restructuring CLM. If you are currently using CLM, then you would notice the changes as we implement it along the way. Of course, nothing that you have, if you are working on it, any input or anything that you put in there will not be lost. It will just be somewhere. It's not going to be difficult for you to, like I said, we are making changes to make it easier, not to make it harder. So you will be able to see it possibly from GovReports or from with a better workflow in CLM. With the current features, you can manage and track all the accounting or tax clients' database and compliance reporting obligations with inbuilt work in progress and multi-access points to create jobs, attach lists, checklists, assign tasks, and track progress. I'll walk you through in the demo shortly. And of course, you can, like I said before, you can also set up the non-reporting custom job templates for those non-GovReports related activities. CLM is, at the moment, it is an additional and optional service. It's for those of you who are RCB member, it's included in the RCB package. And for non-RCB members, it's $199 per year plus GST for your GovReport, for your registered GovReport users. So let me now go through the demo. Say it's move on. Can you see the screen, the login screen? I'm just going to log into GovReports. This is the testing account, and of course, it's not a working account, so a lot of the details that there are not real. The clients are not real, ABN are not real, tax file number, and so forth. And of course, because of that, there's not a lot of activities in there, but it's just to show you, I'm just going to show you how this works and so forth. Like I said, I'm going to go through a quick setup and also the working of the current features that we have implemented into GovReports. So for those people that have not used the CLM before, initially, when you log into GovReports, and you do need to do a little bit of setup in CLM. So to get access to CLM, we go to the App Center, which is the 9 dots here on the far right of your screen. So click on that and click on the CLM. You possibly, I hope I do not have to log in again. When you log into CLM, you will see that, you will see My Desk. You will have, the left-hand menu, the top menu, and also the right-hand menu. The top menu is basically, My Desk is more or less like my home office, my home, or Birdsville, or whatever. And from there, you can see today's job, the overdue job, the upcoming job, if you have any. But having said that, if you start getting started, the first thing I would do is basically to go into the templates and create templates. As I mentioned earlier before, is that when you start with CLM, when you start with CLM, you need to determine, what sort of things that you do and create templates for those jobs. So once you go into that, you create the jobs that you create all the jobs templates that you need. At the moment, if you have more than one user in your account, everyone can create their own custom template and it doesn't share. So in the future, we will have those features where you can share the custom job template. Like I said, for now, just basically I'll walk through the features that we have now. Like I said, you have the default job templates. I'm not too sure why. It should show all the forms that we should have all the default job templates we'll have for all the GovReports forms, and of course later on for in the new versions of CLM, you will see a lot more templates there. You can create your own custom job template, and that would go right there. And of course, any recurring job templates, you can also, for those installment activity statements, once you create the custom job template and set it up as a recurring job template, then you can actually reuse it for the same clients on a regular basis. To create a job template, we click on the new job template. From the name, basically the name of the job, I won't go through it. It's pretty straightforward. You basically, give it a job name that you want, that would suit your business, or the work that you do. And of course, the details. Initially, you would need to, like I said, you would need a job template for the particular period or upcoming, and then once it's set up, you can then set up the recurrent activities. You just go through each of the details from here, the job information, the task, and then once you add, I will have to add one by one. This is not going to be recurring. So if you create once you put in all the details, you move along and add the tasks and the schedules, and of course any reminders or appointments reminders that you regularly do for your clients, you can put it in also. Then set in the recurrence information. Once it's been done, you can save it. At this stage, if you have not selected, if you're not selecting a client for it, then there's no need. By default, it will go to the main account holder of CLM as the person who's assigned to, and of course the job status is not started. When you got the job template started up, you can go to My Jobs, create a job, and add the client in, then assign to the right to the staff member, and of course then you can add to a calendar. So basically, like I said, it's pretty straightforward. If you go to templates, go through the workflow. I won't type it in because it's going to take quite a long time. So I hope it's pretty straightforward for you. But I'll walk through some of the features here so that you know where to go to and what to expect from there. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on these either because the look and feel of CLM will be changed in the next between now and June. So the templates, once you've got the job template, you go to My Jobs, create a job, create a new job, click on New Job, and if it's the job, it's put in the job details. I went too fast. Put in the job details and put in the attach to the client. Attach the client. Select these. All the clients that you have added into CLM or into GovReports, it doesn't matter where. It will just if it's in GovReports that you have added, it will also be in CLM. And if you add a client in CLM, it will also be updated onto GovReports. So you don't have to do it twice. So all the clients that I have in GovReports is now available in CLM, and I can select, once I've created a new job, I can attach that client to the job that I just created, set the priority, the date, and so forth, and assign it to the persons that I want to look after the job. Once you finish, you can then, like I said, just go through the task, entering the task, and of course the reminder and the recurrence if you need to. Once it's added to the calendar, you can go to the calendar, and you can see the jobs basically being laid out for you. Whether you want to see it monthly or week or a day, it will show you all the schedule, all the deadlines that you have for all your clients. Now, like I said, because this is a testing account, so it's not going to give you a lot of the information. And if you notice here, any scheduled jobs will be in the green color, and deadlines with GovReports forms attached, it will be in the red, and of course any reminder and so forth and events will be in the blue. So if you want to click onto the calendar and add an event, just such as, like I said, activities like social media that you want to do, or a meeting with a training or whatever, you can add to the calendar as part of your diary. I normally do this basically every morning when I come into the office or beginning of the week, I want to plan out my week or my month. Basically, I go in, put in the details. I can see where I have my schedules to work on my clients or deadlines. I avoid that and basically work around it. So you can see your diaries in a lot better fashion. Okay, messages at the moment, I have to admit that at the moment it's not fully integrated yet, unlike the GovReports where you send emails to your clients from GovReports and you can send it with your customized email. With CLM at the moment, it's still with GovReports. Like I said, in the next few months that will change. So that, unfortunately, if you can send email to your clients from here with timesheet for them to see, or the invoice that you're sending through, or when you want to attach any activities or documents, whatever, that you want to send to them, you can also send from here. But like I said, at the moment, it is from GovReports. That's going to change. Templates, we went through that, and reminders and appointments. You can go into here and create the reminder. Just select the jobs that you have and set up the, well, initially you go there, and there's any reminders, it would remind you. Any jobs that you have in there, you can attach the reminder, set up the reminder, and that can attach to the job as well, or the task. You can tag the client or tag the job depending on your needs. Utilities, basically, it's a checklist that client checklist that we have. It's a default checklist that you can use. You can download it and use it for your own good, but otherwise it's up to you. You have your own. ABN lookup, if you at any time you want to look at the client's details. If you want to add in a new client, you want to check the details whether the ABN exists, you can go there. Otherwise, my client when you add a client, our system automatically checks the details of the client in terms of the ABN as well, similar to GovReports. Once you create a job and have complete the job, you can or working on the job, you can go into my time and billing, create timesheet. Create timesheet. When you click, like in CLM, when you go into time and billing and create timesheet, and go into your timesheet, you can see all the timesheet that you have created and your staff have created, and you can see whether it has been processed or not, or it has been sent for invoice or not. You can see all the details there. It's pretty straightforward. You basically confirm the jobs that you are working on. Select the job that you're working on. Select the task. And confirm the time. When you create a job, it will also, you can add the billable hours, how much you want to charge your clients over there. So in your timesheet, you only put the number of the amount of time that you spend on each of these tasks or jobs. I'll do that. And of course, you do have your timer on your your right-hand side, which if you start a job or a task anywhere and you want to, like basically to start clocking on, you can also click on that and start the timer, and so you can add it onto the timesheet. Now, our timesheet, I have to admit, it is very basic. But for those that are considering of a more extensive, we are considering of integrating with T-Sheets. It has become a very popular timesheet software, so that will be coming after June. We will be considering of integrating with timesheets after June. So for those that are interested, that will be there. But for now, if you're wanting to use that, and for the basic version, it's our timesheet time and billing is there, and also, like I said, the timer. So you can use it. It's up to you. Your profile picture, your settings at the moment, unlike GovReports, you cannot add your logo. In CLM, you can add your logo, but it's not showing on your reports that bill when you create an invoice. It does not come through, and that will be part of our release in the next couple of months. So once you got your job template, we can go back to GovReports, and you can work directly from there. That's it. At this point in time, I do not want a lot of, if you haven't started using a CLM yet, I wouldn't spend a lot of time onto it because, well, it is pretty straightforward, but a lot of things will change. When we got the job template set up, then from GovReports, there's a couple of access points that you can get to the CLM. From the dashboard, or from Birdview, you can see the jobs that you have, and this is exactly the same as your My Desk, where you can see your to-do list for today. Is that the same? when you click, well, on my desk, it's today's job, overdue job, and upcoming job. That's now become part of the GovReports dashboard as well. So you can basically, like I said, because this is a testing account, so I only have three jobs there. But if in your production account, you wouldn't have a lot more, I would assume. So, and of course, anything overdue, you can see the job. And if you want to get access to any of these, the left-hand side, there's a little arrow. Click on that, and I got locked out. Once you click on the little arrow, it will expand and give you access to it will show you the job details. You can go into it and you can edit it. A little more. You can go straight into it by clicking edit. And then you can go in and update the status. If you're working on the job and you want to update the progress, it's in progress, and if you want to say that it has been sent to clients or returned, whatever, update the status so that you know where you're up to and so forth. Update the status, make the change. If you want to allocate it to someone else, you can do so, and of course, add the task along the way or change the task. At the moment, like I said, some of these features will change. At the moment, the task, you can add as many tasks as you want. In the past, we have we used to have the parent task and the child task. Now we just have multiple tasks. You can add as many tasks as you want. It's just with the earlier versions, it simply means that you have to complete the parent task before you complete the child task, or before you can proceed to the child task. That's basically didn't make a lot of we had a lot of feedback that it's not working for them. So now it's just basically you can go to whichever task that you want. It might be the multiple people that you have added. They each do a different task, and you can soon you will be able to assign to different people. At this point in time, it's basically managed by who, and the both can just go in and do and attend to the job or the task that they can get access to. So there will be a little bit more changes along the way. As I said, later on you'll be able to assign to the task to each person. So that's basically from the dashboard. So from the dashboard you can see the jobs and then go in and edit it, and also make changes by edit and make changes to the job. You can also get access to CLM, also from save reports. Save reports can go from my lodgement history, as well as from Birdview, where you have the save reports. Once you click on any of the clients that you have on your save report, if the job has been assigned, you can see the job details. If it hasn't been assigned, you can see that, if it hasn't been assigned, then if you're starting new, if it hasn't been assigned, you can attach the existing job or create a new job right here, right from the save report, which you're halfway through. So once you create a job and work in progress, then you can generate the tax invoice, the invoice, or go in and create the timesheet. Hang on. It depends on the task. I haven't added a task. So I'm going to go in and add a task now. You can add the checklist, but I'll just say for argument's sake, we're just going to add this task. Once you add the task, you can then go in and enter the timesheet. So once you set the, once you complete a task or something like that, you can just go in and enter the timesheet, create a timesheet. We have I'm cheating, so I'll just, for argument's sake, I'm just going to send it to 1 hour, even though it only took me a few minutes, a few seconds there. Save it. And of course, once you create the timesheet, you can, the timesheet has been, if it's the secondary users, then you need, the secondary users need to send, or the staff member, they need to send it to, submit it to the primary user to approve, and then you can send the tax invoice. I'll log into as a secondary user later, but for now I just want to show you where you can get access to CLM features. So this is from Save Reports. Now there's another options where you can also go in from your client as well. So if you're going to add a new client, if you add a new client, you can also create a job. You can, when you click on the client's details, the first page you will see is the work in progress. From here, you can also create a job. If it's, if you're doing a tax return or an activity statement, select the job. Either you can select the custom default job template or the custom job template. I believe at the moment, I think yesterday when I've just checked with my team, the custom job template at the moment is not accessible from here just yet, possibly the next few weeks. Is that right? The custom job template from GovReports? Yep. So custom job template at the moment, if you have custom job template, you cannot get access from here. You have to go from CLM. For default job template, you can get it from there, but if it's an existing job or create a new job template, you can you can do so. So custom job template, that's something that's coming through. Like I said, if you can also go from this is we're going from the client profile. If it's a new job, just put in the details, the task, allocate to who, and then save it, and then you can create a job. Once it's been created, you can simply just update the details as we go along. Okay. The other option is also for my users. So when you have a new staff coming into your business, you want to allocate some work to this person. Well, you can see the jobs that if you click on your staff member, you can see the jobs that have been allocated to them. But if it's a new staff member that just come to your business, you can create a job and assign to them and assign the from their profile as well. So that's basically 4 points. So from Save Reports, from the dashboard, from your client, and from your users, that you can get access to CLM. And depending on where you are at and how you work in your business, there's several ways that you can manage your practice with CLM features. Now, what I'm going to do is, now currently, if you got staff member working for you, they will only see the jobs that are assigned to them or the clients that are assigned to them. So when I'm just going to log in as a staff member to show you what it looks like on their screen. So at the moment, I have. So now, earlier I logged in as a primary user or as a tax agent. Now I'm going to log in as a staff member of this tax agent. So compared to the primary users, you can only see, this person can only see the jobs that are assigned to them, the overdue jobs that are for the associated clients that they have been given. And if they go into it, they can get access to it. And because the job that was given to them was given to 2 people, so if I'm going to go in and edit this, says that I have completed this task. I can add the checklist. I can make the changes in there. Once I have completed, I then can go in and go for the client, this same client. Okay. Create a timesheet for the task that I might need to do that again just to check. That I just complete. I think I went to the report. Create a timesheet. The task that I've just completed. That wasn't a job that, anyway, that wasn't a job that I just, the task that I just did. But for argument's sake, I'm going to show you that you can send it off for okay. I created the timesheet. Oh, okay, I see it. I send it off. Approval. Oh, okay. Once you create the timesheet, you can send for approval. Sorry, I didn't see it there. Confirm. Once it's been sent for approval, the primary users would then need to go in, approve it, and create tax invoice. At this point in time, this person cannot create, because it's once they work, they need to be the work needs to be approved by the primary users or the principal agent. So that's been sent for approve. The same thing, the secondary users can only see what has been assigned to them. So for now, what I'm going to do is just basically go back to payroll. Submitted, you can see the status has been submitted. I can click on that. And sorry, if you click on it, you can't see anything. You need to scroll it down. That's the problem that I had earlier. So once you approved, just approve, and then you can then send create a tax invoice. Tom has approved. So now if you generate a tax invoice for this client, it will then update it that the hours, the number of hours combined, plus the billable rate that you enter initially when you enter the job, that will be updated here. So, and then create a tax invoice. For argument's sake, we're going to save invoice, save and send. You can go. Then you need to go back to. Unfortunately, at this point in time, you do need to go back to CLM to see the invoices that has been generated. Testing now. Go. So that's basically the working of CLM, really. The access point that you can the access point from GovReports, and how to get it set up, the basic setup. Any questions, or have I lost you all? Questions? It's up to you. Like I said, we have the time and billing there, and if you you can get the details from here, create the timesheet, and you can get the details from here and enter into your accounting software to generate a tax invoice. But if you want it, it's a facility that we provide there for those that want to use it. So if you don't want to use the invoice from GovReports, it's up to you. It's the features that we provide. So there's a question. So should we start with task list? I would say so. So like I said at the beginning, it's up to you. You got to determine what when you start. Okay, so I'll just answer Via's question first. You should start with the job templates and create a job template, or if you want to use default job templates right there, just go to create the jobs and attach to the client and add to your calendar. And of course, if it's recurring jobs, just then make it go into it and make it a recurring job so that you can add to the calendar repeatedly for the ongoing basis. Are you planning to have interface with major accounting programs? Yes, we are. Right? That's part of our program. So we'll just. I'm not too sure how that's going to look, but certainly that's in the planning. Francis, you have a question. Will this add-on will it change your pricing on using GovReports? No. What add-ons? What add-ons? We at the moment, like I said, we will restructure, redesign, give you a new user interface of CLM. You will have more features, and it will stay at the same price. There will be extra services that it's up to you. We're not too sure what extra services at the moment. I can't tell you what other extra services that we will add on, but some extra services, if it's up to you, for example, business advisory tools and services you want to add on, that's an additional cost, but that's not related to you. For now, all the things that you see here and a lot more features, the client update, the integrated account balance, some of these will be part of the CLM and into GovReports, and that will be part of your package. But some other services will be, that we will add on, and it's up to you whether you want to use it. Of course, you don't have to, and it's perfectly fine. So for those that are tax agents, I didn't show the default job templates for tax returns and so forth, but certainly most people would have their own way of doing things, and you can create your own custom job templates as well. And of course, like I said, for the non-GovReports forms related, you can create your own job templates for whether it might be marketing or social media or some sort of work that some non-compliance related activities that you do. You want to add it on and then assign to your staff member that you can do so. It is quite flexible, and will be a lot more flexible when we completed our transformation. Any other questions? Thanks, Dia. If you have any further questions, please let me know, or give us a call or send us an email, and we'll attend to that. The video of today's webinar will be posted on the website possibly tomorrow, since it is quite late today. And thanks, Francis. It will be posted on the website, the webinar page. You can get access to it if you want to, and if, like I said, if you have any further questions, just send us an email or give us a call. Thank you, guys.